All right, here we go. Seen a couple little guys in there. Where are they holding? They usually like the outside of the current. This thing creeps up on the outside of the bank. I'll snag it. There's a couple little guys in there. Let it settle for a second. Check over here. I've seen some tanks in here. They're like creeping up on the bait fish, which of course are eating on the outside of these little points. There's a couple down there. I'm gonna get one. I see bluegills down there too. I might have to throw the Wesco worm. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, there's some big bluegills down there. Fix up my cut tail. some decent bass in there. I'm gonna put the West Coast worm on for a sec. I like to drop shot this thing because I can put it wherever I want and work it real slow if I need to. There's a couple giant bluegills down there. Can't believe they don't want it. Oh, there's a big one down there. Come on. Little dude on the cut tail. Sweet. Little guys are stacked up right there, I guess. Number 2, a little smaller. Oh, I lost one. No, he's still there. Feels a little better. No, just mad. He got stuck in something. Either that or I lost one and then he caught it. Little dude. See you, buddy. Catch and release, baby. Not exactly what we're looking for. Don't get me wrong, I like catching bass. Where are the big bass? I can tell you for a fact the bigger ones are eating bluegills. They've been loving my chatterbait lately, especially in the morning when the visibility's off a little. There's another hit. Bunch of little ones stacked in here. You know, during the winter, when I throw the Ned rig, I work it nice and slow. But when it's hot out here, I'm trying to imitate a bait fish popping up to the surface and then fluttering back down. So I give it a pop. And a lot of times they'll grab it mid-flight or on the way down. Sometimes even when I'm reeling it in, they'll snag it. There's a lot of shad in the water this year. You can see them. So I think these smaller ones are picking them off. And these little cut-tail worms look just like one. Boy, that looks froggy over there, huh? Maybe high tide. You can tell it's down though, about a foot right now. At least a foot. There's really not a lot of space in the back cuts when the tide's down for them to get up under them mats. Find yourself some current, a point, a bend, something with movement. Because as you can see, this water's not moving. So if you find a little corner or just a little spot where it's tipping in, ooh, 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 that's a pretty good one. Come on, buddy. Ooh, you're good. Hey, he's not bad, getting bigger. Huh. Anytime you catch 4 or 5 fish in a day, you can't complain, right? Heck yeah. Boom. All right, so freaking didn't bring all my cuttails with me. I got about 10 packs of them sitting at home. Probably a couple in my truck over there. But they're not in my pocket. So this works as a backup plan if you ain't got any cuttails. These are called Slim Senkos. You'll see these a lot. Slim Senko. I used to hook them wacky style, but I've also found if you're careful enough, you can slide them right on there and they'll work almost just like a cuttail. See that jig right there? That's one of those Z-Man jigs. It's got a bait holding weight on it also, but it's the lightest possible one you can get. I know the front looks big, but I'm gonna have to check it. I ain't got those mule jigs like those other dudes do. My buddy Mark. But these guys work really good in a snap. And I'm not gonna lie, I like them a little better because the hooks are tougher. And I run braid on everything, man. This is 15-pound braid right here, so I don't want to be straightening out any hooks. Know what I mean? All right, see if we can get a couple more here. Now, I wasn't really planning on posting or doing YouTube or anything like that. My birthday, wife got me a GoPro. Like, well, what else am I gonna film besides me catching bass? So if I get enough of this, I'll probably post it for you guys. Just don't come steal my spots, okay? Promise. No, I'm just kidding. Come enjoy them. It's no fun if we ain't catching fish, guys. And you ain't gonna catch them if you're sitting at home watching football. Get your butts out here. It's hardly moving at all down here. It's a little more on that corner where I was at, because it goes from, oh, there's one. Woo! Get in here, you. Nothing special. Little guy. Don't matter how big they are, I set the hook like they're a freaking 10-pounder. Come here. Come here. There you go, little dude. Catch her when you're like 5 or 6, huh? See ya. You know, I'm online a lot, checking out the Lose products. People are always saying that their rods are crap, in the sense that they break easy and stuff like that. There's another one. That one boiled a little. What do we got here? Yeah. There we go. We're getting closer. Ooh. Party foul. That was not good. There you go, though. He's fat. Chunky dude. This dude back in the water. I got him all sandy. He unhooked himself. See you, dude. Tell you what, some of these bass you pull out of the Delta, they got leeches on them, fins missing, but they are strong and they like to fight. I'm not bragging, that was a little fish. That was cool, man. These little deep holes. We've got a deep spot down there after it comes around the corner, so it's speeding up just a little bit. And then a nice shallow flat right here. And then it deepens up right here, and they're settling right in here. Almost like trout fishing, man. If you've ever been trout fishing out in the streams, my dad would like this. He grew up in New York. I got to grow up in Louisiana for most of my childhood anyways. But yeah, streams, ooh, I had one, lost them. Streams in New York. See if we can get a couple more, and then we'll try another hole here. Not stupid, they'll only bite for so long. Typically, I can't catch multiple fish in these back cuts unless it's low tide. So where else are they gonna go? There's nowhere to hide. When the water's up, whew, infinite. They could go down a tube, under the mats, in the woods, under a freaking rock. I've seen them. They get under the rocks even. How do I know? Because I've seen bluegill down there trying to get away from them. Those bass will stick their face right in there and get in the rock to get them. I should have been a little quieter when I crept up. Ugh. Little dude. Well, he's gonna be pooping that out later. All right, I don't know if I got it earlier or not, but if you ain't got a cut tail wearing, these slim Senkos work nice in a pinch. They don't have the tail on them, but they've got a thinner profile. And when they're on one of these Z-Man Ned Ray hooks, I use these because they got the heavier gauge hooks on them. They look almost just like a cut tail. So, here we go. You know, when I first started bass fishing, I used to, especially out here, I'd only throw down the bank. I figured the bass were sitting in cover right along the bank, waiting to ambush stuff. And after going out with some buddies in the bigger delta, watching how they fish the current and stuff, I found that a lot of times, although you can catch them coming down the bank, just get ready to get caught up on stuff all day. A lot of times if you find the right spot, you can fish right across the canal and catch fish. Because there's grass all the way across these things, and they will hold up right on the edges of it and bust anything coming through their way. Let's try down on this flat a little bit. Right when I said I don't fish down the bank, there we go. Now, I'm not saying I don't catch fish on the bank, but I don't necessarily work it only down the bank. Something just came through here, probably some carp. We'll have a carp season later where I'm chucking out after those. Me and my buddies have a hooking contest. Who can hook a carp? I don't mean like they ate it, hook it. We hook them. Yeah, this hole's not as good. Is that a fish? That's a fish. Whew, he's fighting good. He's pretty good. Yeah, he's good. Good thing I didn't move a little bit, huh? Look at that. He's chunky, man. Whew. Nice. Well, I don't usually weigh fish unless I think they're like 2 pounds up. I feel like that might be 2 pounds up, so got this new scale. Lost my Rapala, not super happy about that. Let's give it a shot though. All right. Yeah, I don't really like this scale as much. It kind of gives you one reading and that's it. And the best way I found to do this is to get the fish on there and then take all the weight off it, so when you turn it on, it's zeroed out. And then you see, 1 ounce. Give me a break. Let's try this again. You guys can leave some comments to me like, you're using it wrong, stupid. Fucking let me know what I'm doing wrong here. I'd say that's about right. 2 pounds, 3 ounces. I'll take it. Nice chunky dude. See you later, fella. Thanks for playing. Peace. I don't know, man. There's something really tranquil about letting a fish go to me. It's more exciting when they splash and bang and take off, but that feels good right there. All right, getting cleaned off for the next one here. I got a lot of people. Well, there we go, real quick. That's one thing about the Slim Senkos, they don't last nearly as long. But if you guys know me, I make my own worms, melt them down and stuff. So that ain't an issue, I'll save that, make it later. A lot of people ask me why I use braid all the time. They think I'm freaking nuts. I don't know that they think I'm nuts. More along the line, they just can't believe that it works. There's this big misconception that fish can see that line and they're not gonna touch the bait. All right, well, I got a couple things to say about that. First of all, I'm fishing the Delta. Dude, the water looks like somebody puked up chocolate milk. All right, I'm using bright red colors. They can barely see the bait. They don't give a crap if the line's there. Think about it. They're gonna hit a spinner bait, but they're scared of your line. Now, don't get me wrong. Finesse fishing, clear water, make sure you got a leader on there, or just throw it straight mono. I don't like fluorocarbon, but that's because I'm not good at it. So we'll just be truthful right there. This stuff has a lot of memory and it messes with me, man. So I like braid. Another crazy thing, people are always telling me Power Pro is the best. Tell me spider wire sucks. You know, I can't really disagree with that 90% of the time. Spider wire is thick and it's got a little extra memory on it, and it doesn't always tie good for me. But they make the stealth smooth version of it, which is freaking amazing. I mean, this is 15-pound test I've got on here. I don't know how good it's gonna show up on the camera, but it's half the size of the Power Pro 15 I've got on my other pole. And it's not any way, dude, it is strong. I mean, I catch tanks on the 50-pound test with the chatterbait and the frog and punching, and I've never had any breakage. Not that was the line's fault. I won't lie, in the early days, I didn't check my lines very much. Didn't realize how much the rocks tear your shit up. Yeah, that was an issue. But you lose 1 or 2 fish, you learn real quick. So I throw heavy braid and I check my knots and my line after every major fish I catch. I'm not gonna check it after a couple dinks, but that, you know, the 2-pounder I just got, I'm gonna make sure his teeth didn't mess that up. So there's my little line spiel for the day. I see some current up there ahead. I don't know if I want to hike down there though. We're gonna get a beautiful sunset this evening, tell you what. A couple more here. Seems like when I say that, I always catch a good one. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna move. You might also notice I'm not super efficient in the sense that I'm looking for fish that are active and roaming. That might be something on there. Nope. And ready to eat. I'm not gonna cast in the same spot 10, 15 times, and I don't have that type of time. Plus, I'm like, my style is power fishing. Like, I like to hit and move, hit and move, hit and move. Yeah, I'll always go check out my favorite spots. But think about it, if you were in a boat, would you sit in the same spot all day and fish that spot hoping to get that one bass? No. You're looking for active fish that are eating. You're trying to move quick so that you can find them. Once you find them, heck yeah, narrow it down. Hit that spot a few times if they're eating. I never would have caught that handful of little ones down there if I hadn't done that. But yeah, move. Get moving. Find those fish that are eating. All right, I moved down a ways. We've got, I mean, you can't tell, but compared to the other water, it's moving a little bit. And then right down over here, it weeds up. So we're talking brick wall. So very possible that bass or something else are pushing bait fish into that, or looking for something to wash down out of the flat. So here we go. That's why I'm here. And give it a couple shots, and then I'll backtrack back to where I was. I always fish faster backwards than I do forwards. What do I mean by that? I mean, I'll fish all the way down a bank, somewhat methodical. You know, I just talked about being a fast fisherman. But on the way back, I'll go even quicker, and I'll only hit those couple spots where it looked really juicy, or I caught a fish. That was a little one. There he is. He came back for it. You know the other cool thing about the heavy gauge hooks and the braid? Ooh. Is that I can quote unquote boat flip anything I want. I'm gonna have to get down in the water and grab it with my fingers. Dude, you think he wanted that? Goodness. I'm gonna have to get that out of there. If you're out fishing and you ain't carrying pliers, that should be freaking illegal, man. Try to never leave your bait or your terminal tackle inside one of these poor guys. Is there a good chance they'll shake it out later and be okay? Yeah. But you don't know, man. Save a fish, huh? Go on, little buddy. There he goes. No, I didn't say anything, but I pretty much gave up on my Wesco worm. There's a time and a place for that thing. And I don't think it's here today. The thing works really good when the bigger bass are feeling aggressive. They're wolf packing, you know, 2, 3, 5 of them in a group, chasing down those bluegills. You're walking the bank, you can see them. Like, they're like tigers. They're sitting behind a piece of grass, a little piece of wood, and they're checking out those bluegills. You drop it right in that mix on the drop shot, probably even weedless, wacky style. Weedless or wacky style, weightless, I was trying to say. It's just that color. They react to it. Stuck in the weeds. It looks just like a bluegill flopping around on like a little bed, or going after some bait fish, trying to snag some bugs off the side, whatever they're eating. It looks just like them. But they got to be fired up. Because they're not stupid. They look at that thing and they know it's not a fish. You know, I'm convinced they're only hitting it because of the color and they're pumped up. It's like when I used to drink and I'd see like a taco. Bam, hit it. All right, I'm moving. Moving. Yeah, the water's dropping. I bet there's a hole right down there around the corner. I think after this, I'm gonna walk right over there and check it out. Cause it's getting swampy. Getting swampy in here. Ooh, look at all those bluegill. Yeah, there's no way, well, yeah, there's no way you guys can see it, but there's a pack of little bluegills strolling down the bank. And occasionally, right behind it, I find a big old bass. I don't see one though. Oh, those are baby bass. Those aren't bluegill. Not that it matters. We all know bass don't give a shit. They'll eat the baby bass. Thus the success of the Senko baby bass color. They actually did a really good job on that new baby bass color. It's hard to mimic. I've mixed a couple different colors trying to get it. I've used some watermelon, some baby bass, which doesn't look like that. You buy the dyes, it don't look like that. It's much lighter. I've tried mixing that with this color called motor oil. It's like a dirty brownish green. If you put just a dab of that in there and mix it right, you can get a good baby bass color on it, but I'm still in the process on that one. All right, moving. One more spot and I'm out. All right, we got the sun going down, so a few more tries here. Back to one of my favorite little points. Why is it my favorite little point? Because you can stand here and see fish if they're there. So much easier to fish for a fish if you know they're there. To have a little bit of confidence and be like, oh, come on, I know they're in there. I catch a lot of fish blind, but it sure is fun to see them and get them. They're not liking this spot tonight as much as they did. A little flat down there with the weeds. Ooh, let's try that. You'll see me do that a lot. I'll cast my bait out, and while it's sinking, I'll start moving down the bank one way or the other. And what I'm doing, just like you would in a boat. Ooh, that was a hit. There we go. Ooh, he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Yeah, we might get a Nate special here. Yep, Nate bit special. 30-foot boat flip secured. Nice one. So don't think they don't want that thing, man. They're not nibbling it. A little eye pierce, huh? Whoo. Gonna have to get the pliers out again. All right, so this will be an exciting release here. I don't like tossing the fish down, especially, I mean, that's not a big fish, a pound and a quarter maybe, but I'm gonna be as careful as possible here. Here's one for you guys. If you have to release from a distance, Milliken style, try and get them in head first like a football. Yeah, that was a failure. but he swam off, so I'm happy. He's survived, kept his eye. Win. All right, guys. Sun's dipping. I'm gonna roll. You wanna know when it's time to stop fishing? It's when the mosquitoes start chewing your ass up. So I'm out, guys. Till next time, this is West Coast Cajun saying peace out, keep them lines tight. I'm out.